What's up guys, I'm Nico of CamCrunch, and today I'm going to be doing an updated what's in my camera bag video. And I wanted to do this 2 weeks ago. One of you guys asked me to do it in one of my previous videos, you guys commented. And so I wanted to do it, but I had one lens coming in the mail. So I waited until I got that, and I got it last week, so I decided to do this video today. Now this video is just going to be my digital equipment. Nothing with my film equipment has really changed, so you can go check my last what's in my camera bag video. So what you guys are going to see here today is that I sort of have two kits. I have like a photo kit that's mainly for photos, but I do use for video as well. And then I have a whole separate kit which is mainly for videos, and I will shoot some photos from time to time with it. So let's get started. Let's start off with the camera bag, because this is a camera bag that I've been using for a while now and I really love. This is the CamCrunch F2 medium-sized camera bag. It's a shoulder bag, which is really convenient. It can hold 4 lenses. It's got a pouch for 4 lenses, and then you can keep maybe one camera body in here. You could probably squeeze a second one if you're using a small camera, but really one camera and 4 lenses is what will fit comfortably in this. It's also got some pouches on the side and in the front where you can keep accessories, chargers, batteries, notebooks, all sorts of stuff. So this is a super cool bag. I did do a review on this. I'll leave the review in the description box down below, and I'll also leave prices to all these stuff in the description box down below, so if you guys want to check them out, you can. So this is the CamCrunch F2. Super cool bag. I haven't bought another bag since I got this. I did try the Ona Brixton, which was a super cool bag, but this has done the job just fine when I don't need to carry a laptop or any of that sort of stuff, when I'm just using my camera and going around and taking photos. So now let's get into the cameras. So I'll start off with the photo kit that I was talking about, and you guys might be surprised because some of you guys who have been watching me since I was in college know that there was a time when I was replacing my main camera. It seemed like I was replacing my camera monthly, trying new cameras, which was super fun, but my main body now is still the same one that I've been using for I think 2 years now, and that is the Canon 6D. The Canon 6D is Canon's entry-level full-frame camera. It's the cheapest one in their lineup right now. It is due for a refresh. A Mark II might come out soon. Maybe when you're watching this, a Mark II is already out. But so far, this has served me well for my photos. I will admit that in terms of features, it's not that feature-packed. But if you just want like a basic full-frame camera that has excellent image quality and will get the job done for you, the Canon 6D is perfect. What I also like about the Canon 6D is that it is not big and it is not heavy. It's bigger than a Rebel, but it's not as heavy or as big as the 5D series. So I like this for traveling, for compactness, for portability. Yeah, it's just a great camera. I love this camera. I don't think I'm going to upgrade this camera anytime soon unless I want a more video focused full frame camera. But so far my other camera serves me well for my video. And yeah, super cool camera. I do recommend this camera for those of you that want an entry-level full frame. You could either go this route if you want a DSLR, or you could go, or you can get a Nikon camera if you want to go that route. Or you can go for the mirrorless like the Sony A7s if you want something even smaller than this. But for DSLR, this does the job for me. I love it. I love everything about it. It's small, compact, and takes great images. So that's my main camera right now, the Canon 6D. Now the lens on it is my new lens. This is the Canon 35mm f2 with image stabilization, which admittedly I haven't shot with that much yet because I got it just last week. I haven't really gone out to take pictures with it yet. I did some test shots at home, test shots with my sister, and the image quality is great out of this lens. Now, some of you guys might ask why I chose this 35mm f2 IS over something like the Sigma 35mm f1.4 Art, which is very similarly priced. It's a little bit more expensive than this lens, but it's downright the best 35mm for taking photos. Well, the answer is pretty simple. There's two actually. One is that this 35mm is like the Canon 6D, it's a compact lens. It's still bulky, relatively bulky, but for a 35mm for a DSLR, it's pretty small, pretty light, and pretty compact, which is something I really look for when I'm looking for cameras. I don't necessarily look for the best image quality anymore. because, to be honest, most lenses and most cameras have really good image quality, and the difference is, sometimes there are big differences, but for the most part, the differences between lenses are so subtle these days because of the, super high level technology in all of this modern stuff. So that Sigma f1.4, it can get more light and it's definitely sharper, but I love how compact this lens is compared to the Sigma. Now the second reason is that this has image stabilization, which for photos might not help you that much, depending on what camera body you're using, of course. Higher megapixel camera bodies tend to like image stabilization a little bit more. But I mainly got this to shoot video because now that I'm getting more into video, I really appreciate image stabilization on everything. So this really helps a ton when you're shooting video. Keeps your footage nice and steady. It doesn't have, that much blur, which is something you really need when you are taking video. So I'll be reviewing this lens in the upcoming weeks, so you can expect that. I'll leave that again in the description box down below when it's ready, but I'll have the prices for the 6D, which I've done a review on, and the 35mm in the description box down below. Now the second lens I use for full frame is this lens, which is the 24mm f2.8, again with image stabilization, and this has been my main lens for ever since I got my 6D. I got this lens with it, and it's been glued onto my 6D. I've taken this lens everywhere with me. It's a great lens. I like shooting wider angle lenses, so this is perfect. If this was an f2 lens, it would be even better, but I like the size, so if it's gonna be a lot bigger than this, if they made an f2 one, then the f2.8 is fine. I like how compact it is, and again, image stabilization is very good for videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the 35 more than the 24 because again, I do tend to like wider angle lenses. If I find that the 35 is too tight for me, which is a little bit weird to say because the 35 is still pretty wide, then I might try the 28 to get sort of the happy medium. I'll let you guys know how it goes in a future video, but this lens, this 24mm f2.8 IS, is an amazing lens. So now that I've talked to you guys about my photo kit, I want to go ahead and move on to my video kit because I've been shooting a lot more video lately, and you're going to see a lot more, I guess, video related content on this channel, and I'm also starting a new vlog channel, which I will leave in the description box down below if you guys are interested in that. It's just going to have stuff around the Philippines, food, lifestyle, that sort of stuff. So if you guys are interested, you can go follow that in the description box down below. But let's get on to the gear. So the camera that I'm going to show you guys today is not actually the camera that I use for the videos. This is the Canon Rebel T2i. This is the Japanese model, so it says Kiss X4, which is, I still think it's a funny name. But the reason why I'm holding this right now, this is actually my sister's, is because the T3i, or the Canon 650D, that I usually use for videos is what I'm filming with right now, so I can't really show you guys that. But that has been my main video body for, since I got it. Around the time I got the 6D, I think, was when I got... Actually, I got the Canon T3i before I got the 6D. So it's been a long time, and I've been using that as my main video body ever since. It's a great body. There are some things that I don't like about it, like the battery life is not that good compared to something that uses the, one of these bigger batteries. And yeah, it's an older camera, so that's to be expected, but in terms of video quality, it's perfect for me. I am going to upgrade probably next year to maybe a dedicated video kit like the Cinema line or maybe even the Sony cameras for something that's just really good for video, but for now it does the job just fine, which is a really awesome job. I love the quality of this camera. Now in terms of the lenses that I use two lenses for my videos. The first one is what I use when I'm out shooting actual video work, because this is sort of an all-purpose lens. It's the Canon 18 to 135 millimeter lens with image stabilization and the STM motor, which is built for silent focus during video. It's a great all-purpose lens because it goes from 18 to 135, which is a very versatile range. It's got that image stabilization that you always want with the video, and then it has the STM. So if I ever upgrade to a Canon 70D or an 80D when it comes out, or the 7D Mark II, or even the Canon Cinema lineup, these lenses are great for that because you do have that silent and smooth autofocus motor when you're shooting video. So that's one reason why I got this, even though it doesn't use the autofocus with the T3i, because the T3i doesn't have autofocus in video. I really bought it for a future upgrade, and so far it's been an awesome lens. I have a new sort of video series coming out. It's what I'm working on with a friend, and it's sort of they're like travel documentaries. I'll let you guys know when that's out, but I've been shooting that with this 18 to 135 mil with image stabilization and STM, and it's been super good. Now in front of that lens I have the Tiffin variable ND filter, which is a great lens. It's a 77 mil filter, which is why I have an adapter to a sort of a step-up ring to use it on this lens. I have those step-up rings on all my lenses right now, if you guys haven't noticed. So they all go up to 77 mil so that I can use the same filters and I don't need to buy new filters. I might even get one of those like magnetic snap-on things so that it makes using the filters even easier. But that's something I like to do now. I get the 77 mil adapter for all of them just so that it makes shooting a lot easier. So again, this is my sort of main all-purpose lens. It can get me, the wide shots, and it can get me the super telephoto shots, which is great. Now the second lens I use for my Canon T3i is this 10 to 18 millimeter f 4.5 to 5.6. Yep, f 4.5 to 5.6. Again, it has image stabilization and STM, which is awesome. So this is a super wide angle lens. It's an ultra wide angle lens for crop censored cameras, and this lens is a bargain. It only costs around $300, but what you get with this lens is just amazing. Image quality is amazing. I love the focal length, the 10 to 18 super wide. It's got image stabilization, so you can use it for handheld photos, if you want to shoot a landscape handheld or something, but you can also use it for video, which is great. This is super awesome for video. So I use this for like general shots. So because I'm shooting that, like documentary style, I use this for basically all the B-roll and all the scenery and all that stuff. And then we have, my friend is like sort of the host of the show, and for that I like shooting a little bit wider, getting a little bit closer to make it more look a little bit more intimate, and for that the 10 to 18 is super good. Now the only problem with this lens is that it doesn't play nicely with this variable ND. You get sort of this weird X pattern with it, so I'm going to need to buy regular ND filters that don't change just for this lens so that I can keep the aperture really low while I'm shooting video outdoors. So that's something to note for some of you, but if you guys are just taking pictures, then this is just it's perfect. I haven't tried the STM with these two lenses, but I think they'll be just fine for what I'm shooting. So those are my cameras right now. I have the 6D, I got the T3i, I have the 35 mil, I have the 24 mil, I have the 10 to 18, and then I have the 18 to 135. And that's really the kit that I'm using today for my photos and for my videos. I still do have a couple of other lenses that I'm not really going to show you today. I still have the 40 mil STM, which is a little bit too tight for what I like to shoot, and I have a 50 mil also, and I have this lens, the 14 mil Rokinon, which I'm shooting with, but I haven't used that ever since I got this 10 to 18. I'm just using that right now so that I can film myself with the 10 to 18. And that's it for the cameras and lenses. The one last thing I want to show you guys is the mic that I'm using these days. If you guys watched my how to make YouTube video series way back, you'll know that I use the Zoom H1 with a lav mic, which was really good. The sound quality is excellent, but I wanted an easier setup for these videos. So right now you might hear that the sound quality is not as good as before, but that's just because I'm using a shotgun mic as opposed to that lav mic, which is super close. The lav mic's always the best for shooting like people talking, if it's okay to see the lav mic, but this shotgun mic, which is the Rode VP38 83, I believe. I'll leave that again in the description box down below. It's a one of those portable shotgun mics. It's really great. Sound quality is pretty good. Again, just not as good as a lav mic, but it's really good, as you can hear. And it's what I've been shooting with. It's what I've been using also for that documentary, because we don't have wireless lavs right now. But it's been great. I love it. And yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's my photo kit and my video kit. I hope you guys like this video, and I want you guys to leave in the comment box down below what's in your kit right now, what you're shooting with, maybe even what you want to add to your kit or what you want to replace from your kit. I'd love to know that. Leave that in the description box down below. Let's start a conversation, and I'll get back to as many comments as I can. Also, if you guys haven't yet followed CamCrunch 365 on Instagram, I'm still sharing your photos, but the submissions have slowed down. It's a lot of the same people, and I have been posting multiple images from the same people, so shout outs to you guys that are sharing. But for those of you that haven't yet, CamCrunch 365 on Instagram, use the hashtag CamCrunch 365. And that's it, guys, for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.